Hey guys, so last year I flew to Ukraine to take part in a sponsored event for Raid Shadow Legends. It was a pretty normal brand event, you know, we got to tour the studio, made some new friends, jumped out of a plane, but most importantly, I got the opportunity to get my very own character in the game. And now, a year later, my champion is finally here. Saito is a legendary undead samurai who looks like a total badass. I mean, seriously, just look at this guy. This dude's armor is insane. Now, before we get into how all this came to be, I want to thank Raid for not only fulfilling my lifelong dream of having my very own video game character, but also for supporting my channel ever since I left Node. Starting a brand new channel is a lot of work for very little reward, but sponsored videos like these make it possible. Now, if you just discovered the internet and don't know what Raid is, it's a free-to-play fantasy RPG for PC and mobile that is packed with hundreds of incredible champions to collect, including yours truly. But seriously, just look at these champions. These designs are just so sick. The art styles what initially got me to start playing, but after I started to understand the game better, I realized just how much depth and strategy there is. Building the perfect team comp and gear sets for dungeons, clan bosses, and PvP is super satisfying. And I'm not just saying this because this video is sponsored. I'm legit addicted to this game that it's actually becoming a problem. I have Raid running on my PC at all times so I can grind dungeons for gear while I work. My character Saito is part of the most recent update, which is one of the biggest they've ever had, so it's a great time to start playing. So if you're a new player, then click the link in the description. You'll get 50,000 silver, 50 gems, an energy refill, clan boss key, 5 mystery shards, an XP booster, as well as the free champion Hexweaver, all just for clicking that link in the next 30 days. So this all started when Polarium invited me and a bunch of other content creators to visit their offices in Ukraine. They told us we were going skydiving for an event they called the Extreme Raid Experience.
We're gonna jump out of a plane.
Yes, we are all going to jump
all
out of a plane.
All of us are gonna jump out of a plane.
All three of us.
Yes, all three of us.
Now, I had never been skydiving before. It's actually something I've actively avoided my entire life. Just the idea of falling helplessly is just not very appealing to me. But it sounded like a really fun opportunity, so I couldn't pass it up. The first day we landed in Kiev, they broke us up into 2 teams. I was part of Red Team along with Bunny, Professor Akali, and Matt. Blue Team was Henry and Jeannie from MXR, who I've now become really close friends with since they also live in LA. Also, Yurik Sprav and Jusenka. So while they're giving us a tour of the studio, I met the lead character designer of the game. And I just kind of jokingly said, hey, you guys should put me in the game. And they all kind of just looked at each other, and after some whispering, they turned to me and were like, seriously? You want to be in the game? So of course I said yes, so we immediately sat down and started hashing out who my character was gonna be. I wanted him to be a demon or an undead samurai in red armor, because I used to be a huge weeb, and once a weeb, always a weeb, I guess. I really wanted my character to look and feel unique to all the other champions of the game, and at the time I was having a lot of trouble with the higher level dungeon bosses. So I thought it'd be cool if my character's specialty was taking down huge bosses. I wanted him to have a passive that rewarded him for attacking the same target repeatedly. This way he could deal tons of damage to enemies with high HP and high defense. We gave him an AoE attack for clearing starter waves and an A1 and A2 for chunking big damage thanks to his passive. The idea of his sword being able to cut through enemy defenses was really cool and definitely fit with his samurai theme. Afterwards, they suited me up in their mocap studio and had me record all of my character's movements and attacks. Now, I had never done this before, and I thought, you know, this will be chill. We're just gonna swing some swords, do some moves. But Jesus Christ, was I wrong. Motion capture is exhausting. I had to do dozens of moves, 5 to 10 times each, all at full intensity, all while in fighting stance. Afterwards, my legs were jello, but it was totally worth it. The next day, they picked us up in this baller motorcade. It looked like something out of a James Bond movie.
We better be riding this.
This is actually disgusting.
Yeah, it's actually pretty sick.
And we headed to a private airfield to do something I never thought I would ever do.
Look at this. Look way up.
Oh shit.
You see that?
That's insane. That is so high.
That's where you're gonna be.
That's where we're gonna be.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's where we're gonna be.
Hey.
Chilling.
No.
We're about to jump out of the plane. You guys have never done it before, right?
Never.
No, we have not. Are you scared?
I am scared. Are you scared?
Yes, I am feeling it now, yes.
So I'm half suited up. I have this laptop inside here, which is basically my own personal server. So when I jump out of the plane, I'll be able to play the game, which is attached to my wrist, which is pretty crazy.
The goal was to see which team could pull the most legendary champions while skydiving.
All right, so I'm about to jump. It's almost our team's turn. A little nervous, never done this before. Honestly, I've avoided jumping out of planes my entire life. I don't really think we belong in the air like that. And dying in Ukraine by jumping out of a plane would be a really rough way to go. But you know what, the people here seem like they are pros. You know, I'm not gonna bitch out. I'm not gonna be the only one who doesn't jump out of planes. So, I guess today is the day where I'm gonna pop my air cherries. I don't like the sound of that. That sounds like me hitting the ground. Wish me luck.
Once we were suited up, we boarded our planes, but not before our obligatory slow motion walking scene. At this point, I was pretty nervous, but once I saw just how relaxed all the instructors were, I realized that these guys do this literally every single day and that I was in good hands. Walking towards the doorway was definitely a surreal experience. It kind of felt like I was in a dream. I was about to do something I told myself I would never do, and I was actually really excited for it. The rush of wind was freezing cold against my body as I was free falling from 8,000 feet. One of the instructors reminded me that I was supposed to be cracking shards, which was really difficult because the wind was so intense I could barely tap the screen. So I eventually just kind of gave up and decided to enjoy the scenery because holy shit, the view from skydiving is incredible.
Woo! Oh,
Give me a 5.
yeah.
How is it?
Oh, it's amazing. Wow, it's so loud.
Gee, how are you feeling, man? How was it?
That was completely insane and very extreme. That was one of the most incredible experiences of my life.
After we landed, we were immediately off to do something called extreme water sports. And I had no idea what the hell that meant. Apparently, that means hanging on for dear life to a Batman raft with one hand while going 1,000 miles per hour trying to crack shards. We'd get 1 point for every legendary we cracked, but we'd lose 5 points for every time one of us fell off the raft.
Start back up. Oh, I got one! I got one!
Dude, we're running on like 4 right now.
Still going strong. Oh, boom! Just popped another legendary. Popped the legend. Look at this. Look at this. Let's go! Oh, second legendary in a row. In a row. In a row.
This is Chad Wellington signing out, featuring Dee.
In my legs.
By the time we got back to shore, we were exhausted. But unknown to us, they had even more planned. They suited us up in medieval costumes and drove us to a real-life castle fit with a tavern in the basement. There were knights in full armor waiting for us, and they filled the entire tavern with medieval actors. This shit was insane. It was like stepping on a set of Game of Thrones. After having the most intense day of my life, having it end with this tavern experience was like coming home after a really long journey. It was like something straight out of a movie. They even had an actress dressed as Ethel who looked like she literally walked out of the game. She was incredible. Then they announced the winners of the event, and to no one's surprise, it was Red Team who won by 1 point, but we still won. And right then a huge choreographed fight broke out. It was chaos. People were throwing food and other people around. Everyone was drinking heavily, and it was an insane time. The next day we all headed home, and once I was back in Los Angeles, I had my face photo mapped. This way the designers could put my exact face in the game. So I know this is a little different from what you guys are used to seeing on my channel, but I hope you guys enjoyed the story. I had such an amazing time in Ukraine and made so many friends and incredible memories, and now I have my very own character in a raid, which is a dream come true. What started out as a simple work trip ended up being one of the most amazing adventures I've ever been on, and it's thanks to Raid and also thanks to you guys for following my content for all these years. Hopefully I'll have more adventures to share with you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Take care.